Well, hello, this is day 3 of 29 years and beyond. And today we're finishing up about the question, do you believe in love at first sight? So, you heard from me pretty much yesterday.
Well, like I said, I don't believe in love at first sight. I mean, I think there can be an attraction, lust, the physical thing, but do I believe in love at first sight? No, but I do believe there can be an attraction. For me, when I first met Fred, like I said, I really liked his eyes, and he seemed really, really sweet, and that was really enough for me to have a desire to get to know him a little bit better. And so what I would say for love at first sight, if you see someone that you're attracted to, see someone that sort of piques your interest, it's sort of worth getting to know the person, like Fred said, the inside. We talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. And ultimately, it led to us dating for a really brief period.
Yeah.
We started dating in May. Around Memorial Day, and I remember because of the swelling of the eyes.
Yes,
another
the
joke.
Things we do for love.
Yeah, allergies. And we were married in August. And so basically our love affair prior to being married was about 3 months.
About 3 months. But again, it gets back to those 3 things I mentioned. Knowing who you are, where you're headed, and what you want. It really, indeed, for me, was a no-brainer. I mean, I knew that I loved this woman, and I knew that I would be a fool to let her get away. But, you know, even with the strong attraction, even with feeling that love, you still have to get to grow together.
Yes.
You know, and I think that that's one of the challenges. However, in that process of getting to know one another, that's where the authenticity and the integrity has to be there.
Yes.
The thing about Gail and I, as far as our personalities, you know, she was reserved and quiet. I mean, I was the guy with the lampshade on his head at the party, right?
Yes, he was.
You know, and we couldn't have been 2 more different people. However, the compatibility was there, right? So it wasn't like we were idealistically the same,
right?
And I don't think that that's something that you want. We were totally different. I remember in the beginning when we first got married, you know, I would meet a lot of people, and then they would meet Gail, and the response would always be the same. When they would meet her, they would say either, "We're praying for you," or they would say, "I'm so sorry."
And that came primarily from your family members. And that's true. But I did know early on, and it was no doubt inside of those 2.5 months that we dated and before we moved in together at 2.5 months and then was married, that he was definitely the person that God had sent my way. My prayers have been answered. And so, no, I don't believe in love at first sight, but I do believe that you can fall in love quickly. And it doesn't take 6, 7, 10, even 3 years to know whether or not that's the person you should be making that commitment to.
Well, and my feeling is you should know what you want and whether or not you want to move forward. And I've seen many opportunities where people were together for years and never got married, or even together for years and planned a marriage that never came off. So, you know, my thing is understand, yes, who you want, where you want, and who you want to be with, and then make the commitment. Yeah. Make the commitment. But even after you make that commitment, there is still a process of getting to know one another. Right. And so if you're not willing to be genuine, if you're not willing to be authentic, because that's the thing, I think the 3 things that really worked for us from the very beginning. Number 1, we accepted each other for who we were.
Yes.
We didn't go into this like, oh, Gail's great, but when I get finished with her, as so many people do, they have in their mind an image and an idea of how they're going to make someone over. The other thing is we had Christ at the center. And finally, we wanted to do the very best for one another. So at the end of the day, no matter how bizarre my behavior was, she loved me for me.
Right.
Not for the me that she thought I could be, not for the me that she was going to make me over to be,
Right.
but for me, warts and all. And my friends, that's what it requires.
Yep.
You have to be willing to accept the totality of who that person is. Do you believe in love at first sight? Well, I believe in love.
I believe in love too.
I believe in love.
Oh, no. Gotta go to work. Love you. Bye.